Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's the Story? I'm your host, Jason, and today we have a special guest. She did the Art of Visual Storytelling in Puerto Rico program. We have Miss Cara Fisher. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. So, you just came back.
Yeah, literally.
How was your
yesterday.
time? Like, first and foremost.
I went in with no expectations, which I feel like is not the case for people.
Yeah.
But my expectations were met and then exceeded,
Yay.
nonetheless.
Yeah. I'm so glad. So
Yeah.
much fun. So what prompted you to choose the program and apply for it?
Well, I'm a senior, so I always wanted to do the LA trip.
Yeah.
But that can't happen as a senior who's graduating. I know, it's so sad. This one ran over spring break. It was kind of the perfect timing for me. It also fit really well with my major, and
Yeah.
I got this class to count as my last credits
Oh my
for my
gosh.
degree. Yeah, I know. So it fit really well with like everything that I've learned during my time at Temple, and it was a nice little like chef's kiss cherry
Yeah.
on top moment
Oh,
for
that's
like
perfect.
my whole studying. So after learning about what the trip is and like how it's run and like what we do like as projects,
Yeah.
I thought it just fit really well with my
Oh yeah.
my whole excited moment there.
No, we love that. I love how our Klein Go programs, they really do tailor well to different majors, and I think
Yeah.
that we have a lot of really great MSP ones. I think
Yeah.
a lot of our programs really fit well with MSP, but also with a lot of our other majors as well,
Oh
which
my
is
God, yeah.
awesome. So today, you're going to pick our 2 words from our travel stories box. So,
My first word is culture.
ooh, fun.
All right. Well, right off the bat, I just feel like culture was so prevalent in this trip, period. Like, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
We did the class beforehand where every single person had to do a presentation on a type of art form that connected to Puerto Rico's culture, which was just, like, such an interesting way to learn about it before going. And then while we were there, we had to talk to locals and talk to our tour guides and everything about the culture and how, like, arts have impacted it in different ways and how the United States has impacted it. So it was very prevalent throughout the trip.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, for me, I would say with culture, Ireland has a very rich culture, and it's a very rich culture in friends and family and really keeping those that you love
Yeah.
most very near and dear. So something that I thought was very interesting. So during the week, everyone's at school, going to classes, going out, what have you. And on the weekend, if you're here at Temple, the weekend is like, let's go out, let's go to the bars, let's do
Yeah.
something fun. But there, on the weekend, for many of the Irish students, they would go home on the weekends to be with their family. So from Friday through Sunday, even sometimes Monday, they would go home, they would spend time with their parents, and I just love that. And I just thought that was really heartwarming. It was really focused on family on the weekend and friends during the week.
We didn't really learn about like their home life as much
Yeah.
because we were there for such a short amount of time, of course. But from my gathering of it and like the people that we were surrounded by,
Yeah.
they talked about how honestly the weather and like the colors of Puerto Rico impact people's moods.
Ooh.
And like everyone's just like smiley and happy and wants to chat with you and wants to salsa dance with you and like is just much more outgoing there
Yeah.
rather than like, you know, keeping to themselves like Philadelphia, I feel. I want to talk about the food we had there.
Ooh, yes.
That's a
please.
huge part of culture.
please.
So of course today I had to have a salad because I swear all of the food there is fried. But
Yeah.
like it's amazing, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
A really cool thing that we got to do as a group, it was like a cooking class on how to
Oh.
make their traditional dish called mofongo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's fried plantains, mash it up in a like little bowl thing, and then you add whatever meat and sauce you want. It was always like mofongo con pollo y queso for me. That was a really cool little lesson because the chef had seen some things and he was like, your mofongo looks like crap, like like redo it. And also he like gave us these little sheets that like talked about like how it's like made and where it came from and everything. So that was a really cute cultural moment, like
Yeah.
learning where that came from and eating it and like getting to see how ours compared to others that we had out at restaurants for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, that's
cool.
so sweet. That's fun. I think cooking classes are always a really cool experience. You get kind of hands-on.
Yeah, it was really
learning.
cool.
Yeah. So now let's move on to our second word.
Nature.
Perfect. So Ireland is such a vast country filled with just nature everywhere. There's
Yeah.
green. It's just green everywhere you go because it's kind of it rains a lot. It's not like pouring rain. It rains a lot though, so everything stays pretty hydrated at all times.
Yeah.
Compared to the U.S., where it could become like barren here and like disgusting. It is so beautiful all the time. My favorite was when I got to go up into the Wicklow Mountains. So we did a bus tour.
Oh, wow.
And you got to go to a sheep farm. And you got to hold a little baby lamb. Super, super fun. And we got to see the border collies, which are like the herding dogs.
Yeah.
So cute.
Oh my
running
gosh.
and herding. Because my grandma had 4 border collies when I was growing up. So I was always used to that kind of dog. But we don't have sheep, so they didn't get to do that. So it was nice kind of seeing like them.
I thought that was a lie.
No, I
didn't
didn't think it was like that real, but they take it really seriously, and the dogs take it really seriously too.
Oh my gosh.
Because there was like one that was like 4 years old and one that was like 2, I would say, and the 2-year-old was like following around the 4-year-old. It was really cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and what was also really cool after was, so we drove through the Wicklow Mountains, and they literally call it the Hollywood of Ireland, because so many things have been filmed there. They filmed P.S. I Love You. They filmed a lot of movies there, not really movies I've seen a lot of, but I thought that was really interesting how this whole mountain landscape that you would not think a production would be at, they've had a lot there. So that was really cool.
Very different landscape.
Completely different vibe. Completely different vibe.
Of course, you have like the beaches that are beautiful. We went to many different beaches, some with like calmer waters that you can just wade in, and then some that were like you will get sucked out to sea.
Yeah.
Which was like a little scary, but it was amazing nonetheless. The weather there was beautiful every single day. It was like 85 degrees and sunny.
So nice.
The only time that it rained was in the rainforest.
Which
was like, yeah, exactly.
You gotta get that experience.
That's how it's supposed to happen. Yeah. That was our biggest burst of nature the day that we went to El Yunque, the national rainforest. It was gorgeous. We went on like a 15-minute hike and saw the different trees that grow there and listened to the sounds of the nature. There's boa constrictors. Yeah. Those are in that rainforest.
Oh, bye.
I know. No, we didn't see any, but I was like literally so scared that we would run into one. There was all these little lizards and the kokwi, which is like a little like frog that's there, and it makes that little noise. And then there's a river that runs through the rainforest, and we got to swim in it, and it was gorgeous. It was fresh water. Such a nice break from the salt and sun. There's a lot of fruit that grows in Puerto Rico. We saw the largest avocados I've ever seen in my life. They were literally like this big. It was huge.
Oh my! Were you allowed to like pick anything or take any and like eat it, or no?
We didn't pick any. I mean, we picked some coconuts. I don't know if we were allowed to do that, but you know, they were falling on the beach anyway, so we were like
falling, then
a little photo moment.
Right there, yeah. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. So before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share? Anything for prospective study abroad students, or just anything you want to share that you got out of the trip?
I think this trip helps anyone and everyone to come out of their shell. It's like, it's meant for all majors. Like we had film studies majors on there. We had our MSP, our journalism, our comm studies. We even had a global studies major on this trip, which was phenomenal. So like all different types of people were coming together, learning the same things, breaking out of their shell, trying to talk to locals. It was really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I feel like if you want to make new friends, if you want to, you know, have a nice tropical spring break, go and do that.
Oh, I love that. I really think the bonds that you make when you're studying abroad or studying away are just, they honestly are unbreakable. And you really end up with all these new friends at the end. And you have this great experience that you can call back on, because you really do get a lot of skills from that. Like you got a lot of good like people skills, like interpersonal communication, and just talking to locals and that's it's
even
not an
Spanish,
it's not an
too.
easy thing to do. It really isn't an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. From me and Cara, this has been What's the Story. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.